One of the most tragic and bizarre court cases is playing out in Lake County. Ian Anselmo is on trial, accused of killing his stepmother and her unborn child. She was pregnant at the time.
Both sides are asking the jury to answer, was he insane at the time that he killed his stepmother? West 2's Michelle Meredith reports.
So when we talk about withdrawal, there is a collection of physical symptoms, but there's also psychiatric symptoms.
The question, did the defendant know what he was doing when he wrapped a cord around his pregnant stepmother's neck and strangled her to death? Or did he kill Sue Ellen Anselmo in a psychotic rage? His defense team had a string of experts on the stand who told the jury he had a lot of things stacked up against him. That his family was toxic, almost cult-like, that he had the emotional capacity of a 12-year-old, that he showed signs of schizophrenia, PTSD, was diagnosed with depression, some of which he was taking medicine for. And finally, when his stepmother moved out of their house, taking his medicine with her, it threw the family and Ian into a state of chaos he could not deal with.
Basically, I think a big part of what was going on with Ian as well developmentally is that he had a lot of disruptive attachments in his early life, and this caused a sense of not being able to properly bond with the parental figures.
At times during the testimony, Ian Anselmo cried or plugged his ears. Then state experts had their turn. They told the jury they agree Ian has mental illness, but said that does not make him insane. Then the state played a long video of Ian right after he was picked up. He was shown in an ambulance in the hospital being treated for an anxiety attack. And prosecutors pointed out, not once did he ask about the welfare of his stepmother and her unborn baby. In Lake County, Michelle Meredith, West 2 News.
The trial will continue tomorrow with closing arguments.